How many of you know Jael? I would ask that you go back and read about the story of that powerful woman. When you hear about David and the soldiers and all that, like, this woman is really spoken about, but this is a woman who killed a soldier. If you look at her story in the deliverance of the Israelites, you find that it's a very, very central story. But a lot of times you hear about Deborah, who was the judge at that time, and who accompanied the men to war, but you never get to hear this woman who killed a warrior in her own house. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to talk about something that I have been passionate about for a long time, but I've never really gotten around to executing. That is studying the women of the Bible. I had this idea drop when I began this channel, but I've never really gotten to a point that I executed it. And so, as some of you might be aware and some of you may not be, I am a pastor's wife. And so within our ministry Inside Church, we have started this weekly Bible study where we go through the women, read about the story of that powerful woman. When you hear about David and the soldiers and all that, like, this woman is really spoken about, but this is a woman who killed a soldier that got into her house, was fighting against Israelites, just use a 10 peg to be able to kill this soldier who came running and sought refuge in her house. If you look at her story in the deliverance of the Israelites, you find that it's a very, very central story. But a lot of times you hear about Deborah, who was the judge at that time, and who accompanied the men to war, but you never get to hear this woman who killed a warrior in her own house. A lot of people don't know about Jael, and so we are looking at those stories of women that you rarely have heard about. So we have stories of the two midwives from Egypt. We have stories of women that you will never ever get to hear about, and we delve deep into their stories to learn something about their lives, to learn some lessons about what they went through and what we can learn from them. Come on, guys, like the stories of Deborah, the stories of Jael. Deborah, I know almost every one of us knows, the prophetess, the wife, the judge, the leader, and the fact that these women were actually doing this before Christ was mind-blowing. Like, it was a time when women were so inconsequential, but then in that time there were women who were rising. And so Jael's story is very central at this point. In fact, Deborah goes ahead to write a song, a worship song, and refers to her as the most blessed woman. And I bet you don't know who Jael is. So go to the book of Judges and get to read about the story of Jael. Anywho, that is just a snippet of what we do over there. We get to learn about them. We put ourselves in their shoes. We ask ourselves, what could we have done if we were in those moments? Anything that we could have done better? What inspires us about the woman? What are some of the lessons that we get to learn from them? And trust me, there is several women in the Bible, and we might not finish this series even in the next 5 years. So I hope you plug in as we begin. So we have already covered two women, that is Jael and Deborah. We are going to cover the midwives of Egypt, the two midwives. next, and I hope that you get to join us. Bring your notebook, your pen, and your ideas in just an open mind, so that we learn and grow together as women, using inspiration from the Bible stories. So I hope to see you in our next Bible study. If you are interested in joining live, we can share the link with you so that you are able to come on live as well. So thank you all, and I can't wait to see you on Friday. Bye.